Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Wilson, singer-songwriter of San Antonio, Texas. I've been writing songs since 1968. This is my 175th CD. I write songs, poems, all kinds of stuff. But since I'm doing some educational videos too, because I have such an excellent memory on many subjects, history, life, everything. This one's called Secrets of Being 70 Years Old, look young, and in good health. And I was born October 24th, 1950 in San Antonio, Texas, downtown. I live 5 miles from where I was born. I never been in the hospital in my life. I kept my mom waiting in the hospital 12 hours. She went in at 6:15 in the morning on October 24th. And I was born 6:15 in the evening. So but that's the only time I've ever been in the hospital in my life. I had one motorcycle accident. My friend and I have a 1957 Ford Fairlane, which I still have in my backyard. I've had it 51 years now. And I let my car to my friend, Bobby, who was to take a girl out, and he lent me his motorcycle, so I thought I was Evel Knievel, no motorcycle license, of course. But I'm driving his motorcycle, and I had my buddy on the back, which is still my buddy. We've known each other 55 years now. And in 1971, he was on the back. I was going to pop a wheelie going down the road. That didn't work out. So it fell on my leg. I didn't go to the hospital. I went to the clinic, and they stitched up my leg, but that's it. That's it. Well, let's talk about my looks. Okay, I'll be 70 in October. All right. I've worked hard all my life. I worked hard jobs. I sold real estate for 6 years, for full time for 6 years. High class hotel for a year. I worked many jobs, but let's go over the major ones. I drove a taxi for 6 years, but at daytime. I didn't want to work at night, I almost got robbed once. I talked a guy out of it, but they were getting shot at night. I didn't want to do that. I drove a Via bus, a city bus in San Antonio for 30 years. From 1980 to 2010, I worked 14 years at nights, all parts of town. I wasn't afraid. At 29 years old, I wouldn't do it at 69 years old. And I think things are worse now than they were then. But I noticed I was working very hard. I worked full-time jobs, up to 2 full-time jobs. I worked security for 3 years. I've done many jobs, and I noticed when I was 55 in 2005. See, I'm one of those crazy guys who plans his retirement at 29 years old, which the majority of people in the world ought to know at 29 what they want to do. So I planned my future and my retirement at 29 years old, and I stuck to most of it because you don't know. The craziest, stupidest thing I ever hear is, you may die tomorrow, so don't plan nothing. But I am retired now. I'm on a fixed income, but I get a retirement check the rest of my life because I earned it. But I'm single. They eat me up in taxes. I get Social Security. I give 25% of my Social Security check back to the government because they eat me up in taxes. I don't want to pay $1,500 a year to IRS. It used to make me angry and everything. Look, let's back to the stories. Too many stories here. I was 55 years old. I was driving a city bus day and night. I was on the VA Extra Board, which is the VA military, 7 days a week. 14 hours a day. I was looking bad. My skin was looking dry, and my hair started getting gray. And I said, wait a minute. I want to look good. I feel young inside. I always feel young. When I'm talking on the phone, I ordered a pizza the other day, and they thought I was like 35 years old. I said, no, I'm 69. But my mom's the same way. People call my mom's house and says, yeah, I talked to your sister, I talked to your girlfriend. No, that was my mother. She's 92. But that's the way my mom and I were. But in 2005, I started coloring my hair. I met this old man on the bus. I just thought about it the other day. and his name was Polo, and Hispanic man, and he was like in his late 60s with coal black hair. I said, how'd you get your coal black hair, man? And he says, I color it, and I use Revlon. So I'm not getting no money from these companies. I'm just telling the world that I talk common sense. I don't talk baloney stuff. I use Revlon. I pay $3 a box from Walmart. Now, in 2005, I tried one color because I worked at the same company for 30 years, and people, the bus drivers were stupid jerks, most of them. And when my hair was graying and they saw I changed color, they laughed. Then I changed the color a little bit, they laughed. But when I started this color, I can't look as good as that girl, but when I get this color, they stop laughing. So I've been using this color for 15 years now. About every month and a half. I do it myself. I do it in the sink, I do it in the shower. I don't even use gloves. I put it on my hair, put it in, leave it for 20 to 30 minutes, rinse it off, put the conditioner, and that's it. For my skin, look how good my skin looks. I'll be 70 in October. I use aloe vera. I buy this at a dollar store for $1. But I use it a lot. I use like twice a day now. That's why my skin, it brings out for men and women, it brings out the oils, and it makes your, it kind of you don't need the fancy creams and all the baloney they do. Now, on my teeth, I wished I would have done better. I only lost one main tooth, my front one, and it was growing crooked actually. And and I let it alone, it grew crooked, and then finally it just came out. It came out, and it was hanging by the root. And I said, it's hanging by the root. And I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to cut that. I went to the dentist. He charged me $92 to trip that off. You want to be crooks? Go to the dentist, okay? So I went, and I said, oh my God. I tried to find out how much a dental implant is. It's around $3,000 for one tooth. Let me tell you. So I know a lot of subjects. I do a lot of these. I will do these educational things as long as people are interested. I'm not getting a penny out of these things, but I'm retired, and I like to share my information with the world. That took me 69 years to learn the School of Hard Knocks. But people who don't want to take care of their teeth and everything and thought of dental implants, just check the price of dental implants. They don't tell you on these slick ads. I use Johnson & Johnson floss. I use the wax kind. I buy it at a dollar store for I think $1 or $2. I do it twice a day now. I use Crest toothpaste, and I use Listerine, and every day, and I get my teeth cleaned every 6 months, every day. Okay, I don't smoke. Okay, and when I wasn't the greatest kid in the world. Well, I was okay. At 14 years old, I started smoking. For 2 weeks, I didn't like it, I didn't want it, and I didn't do it. So I stopped. That took my smoking career right there. 4 of my family members, my mother, my dad, and my brother, and my uncle, all passed away from nicotine-related illnesses. My dad had lung cancer, horrible death. My mom lived to be 92, but she has COPD and could not breathe. My uncle was 62. My brother was 46, but he's smoking a pack a day, and all of a sudden he quit. And about a month later, he didn't go to the doctor either, so it could be other things too. He died of a heart attack at 46 years old. It's sad, You can always tell someone who's a heavy smoker. I used to when I drove a bus, I could tell people because 2 things: heavy smokers have really dry skin, like leather, men or women, like leather, and they had that smoker's cough. One of the craziest things I ever seen driving. People ask me, 30 years of driving a bus, a city bus. I can't remember all the stuff I did, all the stuff I remember because it's so much. But I remember one time I had a bunch of people on the bus, like 40 people on my bus. The lady about 65 years old. She was at the bus stop, and she had like emphysema or something. And she had a breathing, an oxygen tank and breathing, and she was smoking a cigarette. Wow, my face gonna blow up. And when my dad, uh, my dad had emphysema and he could not come home. All he wanted to do was come home in 1993, but he was so bad they had to put him in the hospice, part of the hospital, the same hospital I was born actually. And the ironic thing is, we were going to see my dad who was dying of smoking, and the doctors and the nurses were going outside for a smoke break. Figured that, but I mean, I'm not a preacher. I'm not a preacher. I smoked pot, a little bit of pot with my friends in the 1960s, but from my personal experience, anybody can do whatever you want. But my personal experience, when I smoked marijuana, it got me lazy. I call it a dream robber. You know, sit around and smoke. I think I'd be a lot further in life today if I never smoked marijuana. But that's my own thing. I'm not gonna say. I never ate vegetables. My mom told me in 1955 I was 5 years old to eat vegetables, and I was a spoiled kid. And I said no. But now, I've never been to the hospital. I take my medications. I got a few things wrong with me, and I take my medications. I have the same medications for 2 years now. I go to the doctor every 6 months and says everything's the same. Everything's the same. But now I'm going to be 70 in October. I'm starting to watch my fats. I'm starting to drink more juices, to away from sugar drinks, whole wheat bread. I'm starting to eat better because I'm shooting for 100. I want to live to be 100 years old in good health. I don't want to be in a nursing home. I'm in good health. I actually have the high school car my dad bought me in 1969, a 57 Ford Fairlane. It was my fourth car he bought me. I was a spoiled brat. I messed up three of them. He called me irresponsible, but my dad passed away in 1993, and I still have the car, and I bought his car too, and I inherited my family's home. Yeah. Another thing I'm going to throw in real fast. You people that are old school and want to pass on your property, say your home, the family home, to your children, never ever get a reverse mortgage. There's so many hidden fees. There's a good chance you'll never get it out again. I was watching a show on TV, and this man borrowed $200,000 on a property 15 years ago, and he passed away, and it was a reverse mortgage, and his daughter wanted to buy the house, and they said, well, okay, the principal, you borrowed $200,000, but the reverse mortgage company said, wait a minute, $200,000, but our fees, don't quote me, were like $100,000. And another thing I'm gonna tell you real fast here, you do not want to get sued in the United States or any country. You gotta always cover your butt. I have different educational things and all these, but I'm gonna touch on these real fast here. Anyone can sue you. Your friends, your relatives, people you don't know. Cover your butt. Let me give you an example real fast. This good friends, two ladies driving down the road. The woman is smoking a e-cigarette. Her friend says, the pastor said, I never tried an e-cigarette. She tried it. I like that. It's good. And so the driver says, hey, here's an e-cigarette I'll give you, but it messes up sometime. So she put the e-cigarette in her pocket. It blew up, caught her pants on fire. They totaled the car out. They had a wreck. The one that got burnt sued the friend for $100,000 and got it. So your friends, your relatives, you gotta watch, and it's amazing. I watch shows every day. I watch these court things over silly stuff. I'll tell you one I saw yesterday. This man owns 2 apartment complexes, beautiful apartment complexes. This lady's a school teacher. She lived there 3 years. Now he's supposed to spray the apartments with a professional exterminator for every 6 months. She's a beautiful, drop-dead, gorgeous lady, but she's a mess. Her apartment is a mess. Dirty ditches, everything. She had huge roaches, the American roaches, the huge roaches. She texts the owner 2 or 3 times. There's roaches, and she even took pictures. There's roaches in my apartment. Roaches in my apartment. His contractor he had that was doing it is spraying every 6 months. Stopped, so he didn't have a contractor. It's been 8 months now. So he went to one of these stores, got some spray and sprayed it, and took pictures of the thing. And a huge roach got into her ear, inside her ear, and she sued for $190,000. And the judge says, well, just a minute. It says on the contract, ma'am, you're supposed to keep the apartment clean, and it is a mess. And sir, you're supposed to spray every 6 months. It's been 8 months. You got text messages, 2 or 3 text messages, begging for you to send. And so, to make a long story short, instead of him getting a professional exterminator for $100, $200, he had to pay her $190,000. Crazy. Getting back to me real fast here. Not bad. I'll be 70 in October. Never been to the hospital in my life. I've got most of my teeth. All I say is, if you want to live a long life, is first of all, be honest with everybody. Don't cheat nobody, and don't hold grudges. I've been ripped off many times. My problems in my life is overgenerous. Most people don't have that problem. I fall for stupid hard luck stories, so-called friends, and lost like $200,000 by trying to help people who never paid me a penny back. And real estate. I love real estate. I bought 23 properties in my life, 10 ranches. I lost most money in ranches. In 1992, I was driving a city bus. I was 42 years old, with a college degree in real estate, driving a bus 7 days a week. And 92, I wanted to make my fortune, I wanted to get rich. Okay, so I found I found like 3 or 4 investors who had rental properties, and their kids didn't want them. So they said, here I am, a good-looking guy, 42 years old, good job with a transit company, college degree in real estate experience, and they piled them on me. I bought 6 rental properties that had 25 tenants. Don't do that. Don't do that. I couldn't find no one that was honest, a good handyman to help me do stuff at a fair price. I couldn't find good tenants. I had to evict 6 different tenants, and they always professional bums. They always moved out a week before the hearing, but it all cost you. I never went to court on any of mine. If it's a loss, I took a loss. I didn't go to court. They go to court for stupid stuff these days. But to make a long story short, I listen to the people that are over 100 years old. I watch a lot of news, and they say, just forgive everyone, live a peaceful life, don't make no one angry, and just live a simple life. And let me tell you right now, real fast here, most people want to get rich quick, and all this kind of baloney, and you can't take it with you. If you own $100 million and you die, they're all fighting over the money. You're going to have to get a will and all that stuff, fighting over the money. A friend of mine just passed away, 70 years old. He had a home, part owner in a business they're trying to sell. He owned a little ranch. He had like 20 show cars. These are beautiful cars. And he didn't have a will. He had it on a piece of paper. Oh, God, now they're all going to fight over everything. So, make the long story short, just live a long life. Every day counts. Every day's a new beginning. And I hope y'all make it as 70 years old and look as good as me. I know there's people who look better than me at my age, but I ain't doing too bad. Bob Wilson Nation, peace out. And I'm just enjoying, and I sleep late sometimes because I think of all the years. I drove a city bus sometimes for the 1 hour sleep, or I worked 6 months with 1 day off, or I worked 2 full-time jobs and went to college at the same time. I'm surprised I look this good, but like I say, I use Revlon, $3, $1 aloe vera. This stuff heals you for $1, and I use floss. Have a nice day. Bye.